Yeah. What's up, y'all? I am Joe Clair from the Joe Clair Morning Show. How y'all doing? Make some noise. Oh, y'all sound so sweet. I gotta bring my partner out real fast. First of all, we having a great time at For Sisters Only 2018. I see people I know for 20 years in the building. I see ladies from the class of 87. Good to see y'all. I see the ladies of the 80s are here. And we got the new young ladies that's right there. Y'all lit. They lit. They lit. What you getting? Girl love. Girl love. Anyway, I gotta bring my partner out. Y'all give it up for my man Guy Lambert. Make some noise for Guy Lambert.
What up, Cleezy?
The most handsome man.
I'm trying to be like you.
Now, we all trying to be like you.
You know, when I was walking around, everybody said, "Is Joe gonna do the giggity today?" Not now. But when we come back later on, you got to do the giggity.
Do the giggity, no problem, no problem.
This is really cool. So ladies and gentlemen, of course, this is For Sisters Only. As you know, it's the Joe Clair Morning Show. It's all about that. But Joe Clair is a special individual, and you're about to find out why. Of course, today is World AIDS Day, if you haven't heard. We are all about family at For Sisters Only, Cleezy.
Yes, indeed.
And in order to have a family, you gotta be healthy. Can I get an amen? Amen. All right, and so that's why it's so important that Cleezy and I are gonna have a quick conversation about HIV and HIV/AIDS awareness.
Listen, okay, we're gonna do this now.
Yeah,
so
let's do it.
Listen, DMV, you want me to start?
Well, first of all of this being brought to you by Whitman Walker Health. They're celebrating 40 years of making sure that we get it right and get it tight. Of course, as I stated, this is World AIDS Day. I want you to know that the folks that are contracting HIV right now, listen to this, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, everybody.
Happen to be between the ages of 13 and 29. Moms, that's your kid, that's your baby in there. Fathers, listening, that's your son. I want you to really take a listen to this.
13 to 29.
That's a serious thing, Cleezy. But with the bad comes the good. Because for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, this year alone in DC, for the first time, no babies were born HIV positive. That's what I'm talking about. That means you wrapping it up and wrapping it up tight. And that's what we like. Cleezy, grab a seat real quick, because for those of you who don't know, Joe Clair, a.k.a. Joe Cleezy, of course, you grew up in Sea Pleasant back in the 80s, baby, right?
Yes, indeed. In the 80s.
Of course, back then, when you were growing up in the 80s, I think I can attest to this, and I think all of us older folk can attest to this. It wasn't really open to be gay at that time, correct?
Not at all. The joke that I tell is that my brother was the first gay dude ever. He came out in 1981 when I was 11 years old. Let me stand up so y'all can see. When I was 11 years old, my older brother decided it was time for him to come out the closet. Now y'all can imagine DC, Sea Pleasant, Capitol Heights in 1981. It wasn't y'all know how we used to do it. You could be gay, just don't say nothing about it.
Right.
Well, my brother was like, nah, that's not going down. So he went away to college, and then he came on. He was like, guess what? It is on and wet, right? So that is my brother. That is my oldest brother.
But I would assume your partners, or you know, Ray in there. They said, Cleezy, what's going on with your brother, man?
So it was a difficult thing, because at that time nobody was. It's not like now. Now somebody say, you know, they're gay, you know, we do what we have to. Back then, everybody, he lost friends. It was people that didn't want to speak. It was people who told my mother that they were going to they told my mother that they was going to take us away from her because my brother came out. He was walking around the neighborhood, they was like, the ladies, and this was the sad part, it was the women in the neighborhood in here trying to feed my mother with this toxic stuff because her son was gay.
Right.
Well, my mother's strong. My mother's super strong. And she was like, you don't know what goes on in this house. You don't know what we doing over here, and don't worry about him. He felt like he needed to let everybody know who he is, and if you can't deal with it, go over there. And that's how the family is.
And fast forward, several years later, of course, you then find out that your brother...
Yeah, fast forward to 1988, the summer of 1988, I came home from Morgan State, came home from school, and my brother announced to us that he was HIV positive. Y'all remember 88?
Right.
88 is when crack is through the roof here in DC. We on our way to becoming the murder capital. It was a time when go-go and hip-hop and all this was going on, and now I'm coming of age, and my brother, who I love dearly, tells me, hey, I'm HIV positive. This is a time when they were saying, if you got the HIV, you gonna die. Okay. Anybody old enough to remember that?
I remember that.
For the young people, y'all might not know, they used to say, hey, you get the HIV, you gonna die.
That was the time of Ryan White. We all remember Ryan White. Of course, they had the AIDS blanket down at the Washington Monument. Y'all remember that as well. You were HIV positive back then. It was an automatic death sentence.
They told my brother he was going to die. Well, I am happy to announce to everybody in
Tell him, pleasey.
The reason I'm up here giving the talk is because my brother was too busy today to do for Sisters Only. I said, how you too busy for Sisters Only? I got stuff to do today, plus I had my, this is exactly what he said. I mix my clients up, and I can't miss my clients, number one. Number two, you ain't tell me in time. Number three, I got this thing, I got to do that. And so he couldn't come today, and so I'm sitting in for him. He is healthy. He is happy. He is living his absolute best life. He has the people who told my mother that they were gonna come get us, and now, like God say, you use them as your stepstones, as your stair stools, whatever. Listen, man, my brother Steven has been living with HIV since 1988. He's gone through every phase of the disease, of the epidemic. From the phase where his friends would die.
Yeah.
It was people that I saw, I met once, and then I'd be like, what happened to such and such? And my brother be like, I hate to tell you, he passed away. So now he is 30 years
wow.
with the virus. He used to have to take all them pills. Now he take a couple.
Remember.
His whole thing, I'd be like, I talk to him about HIV, I say, do you ever worry about this or that? He'd be like, nah, I ain't worried about this. I had this forever. I'm worried about this cholesterol won't go down. And I'm trying to figure out, I try to plant-based diet, but it ain't that,
Do the lip pop again, Joe.
And listen, the thing is, he's unapologetically who he is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm up here doing the imitation of him, he don't think that I'm mocking him. He like, you can't beat me. You won't never be this fast, so go ahead and make your little jokes or whatever. But he's 6'4". He's 6'4". He's dark skinned, beautiful. He's gorgeous.
And that's what he likes to be called.
Yeah, yes.
He's not handsome, he's gorgeous.
He's gorgeous.
With the lip pop.
And yes. but he's thorough. He's thorough though. Like, this is my big brother, so I know he'll smack you.
So a couple of things here, ladies and gentlemen, as we begin to wrap up.
World AIDS Day. Yeah, let's have this conversation.
A couple of things here. One, you heard us say back in the 80s it was a different story. Today, being HIV positive is not a death sentence.
No, it's not.
Everybody understand that? It's all about knowing your status. And we're glad to say that right here, right now, today, you can find out what your HIV status is. I know we came here to party. I know it's all about having a good time, and we're going to do that. But we wouldn't be doing our duty for WPGC if we didn't talk about HIV and AIDS awareness, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. We got to do the community work. And let me say this. So with that said about me and my brother, if you have anyone that you know in your family, in your neighborhood, in your community that is dealing with HIV or AIDS or any of the other stuff that goes along with it, make sure you're the person that's being supportive and not the person that's making the disease or the epidemic worse.
Right.
Those of us who don't say anything, those of us who are apathetic, those of us who don't reach out, we actually are making it worse for our community. It don't take a lot. Sometimes a what's up, how you doing, can go along. How you doing? Especially if you somebody who ain't been speaking to them for years, just say how you doing one time and watch what happens. And then watch what happens for you. Because when you give, I don't know if y'all know, but when you give, you are actually getting something from the universe, something from your God, something from wherever you want to call it. And it's better than everything. It ain't better than that, but it's better than a lot of stuff.
It's not better than what, Joe?
It ain't better than that. But, you know, I got a wife, so it ain't better than that. But when you give, I mean, I continually give. I volunteer down at the Covenant House. I also teach music at the DC jail for free. Because what I get back is like, it's what make me who I am up here. It's like, man, y'all should try it, really. You really should try it. If you're not out helping people, try it one time by yourself. Don't tell nobody. Just go by yourself, volunteer somewhere, and see how you feel afterwards.
And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to acknowledge you, Cleezy, because as we all know, when it comes to us and our community, it's not easy to talk about this. It's not easy to get up in front of all these people and first of all talk about your brother being gay and your brother being HIV positive. You have been outspoken time and time again for that, man, and I think Joe Cleezy deserves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. But I just feel like that's what we're supposed to do. I hope I inspired somebody today. If you have someone who's dealing with something that's stigmatized in your life, help them out. Your voice could help their situation out. It's real talk. Thank God.
All right. So y'all ready to have a good time right now?
Have a good time today?
Y'all ready for Sisters Only 2018?
Oh no, y'all sound horrible, ladies. Are we ready for Sisters Only 2018?
That's what I'm talking about. We got 702 in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all remember them?
Oh yeah.
Gonna get it together, Cleezy.
We also got the good Belladonna's gonna come on.
They gonna crank.
And I already know how this gonna go. We got Yonder Crawley's gonna come out. We got the good MC Light, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what I'm talking about. But first, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage to officially kick off 2018 for Sisters Only, please welcome Poet Taylor. She's coming up next, right here on this stage.
Our homegirl from the midday. Y'all give it up for Poet.
Y'all make some noise. What up, Sonny?
Make some
noise. Hi, ladies. Thank you all so much. I just want to say, we've been here for a while now, and it's so amazing to see all of you and your beautiful faces, and to shake your hand and give you hugs. We love you guys when you call in and you give us stories you make on morning. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for you guys to be here today.
Giggity. Giggity.
Okay, do not. No, you can't do the giggity.
Can we do that one time?
No.
Giggity, giggity, goo. Giggity, 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 goo.
Say what?
Giggity, giggity, goo. Giggity, giggity, goo. Giggity, 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 goo.
Oh, I love that.
So you know we only let her do that on Fridays now.
That joke feel like I had a shot of Henny.
Okay, what's in your cup?
When y'all get home, do the giggity by yourself. Do the giggity by yourself when you get home out the shower. You'll be happy.
But it's so cool because every morning we get a chance to all three of us hang out. Of course, you got the Cleezy report. You just did the giggity.
Yes,
Sonny has that banging entertainment report. We get all the information with regard to what's happening in the entertainment world.
That's right. And then, of course, 3 things you need to know. Guy Lambert does the best. So
tell the truth. Guy Lambert got the best news you ever heard on the radio in 50 years of radio.
All thanks to David Haynes. May he R.I.P.
Yes,
David Haynes, my mentor.
It's Friday!
And nobody believes that Guy looks like the way he does.
Yeah, and that is the real Guy Lambert. That's what he looked like.
I am African American, thank you very much.
He just knows how to use the get that money voice. Y'all be calling, I didn't know he looked like that. I did. Even before I ever met him, I was like, he black. That's that get that money voice. Talking about Fauquier County. I was like, he getting that money. That's that get that money voice. Yeah, there's no school in Fauquier County. I said, man, I know know he from Michigan Park. Real talk. So, are we ready for the next?
I think we want. How about you shout everybody out like you did before, Joe? All the quadrants.
Okay,
oh yeah, where is everybody from?
Where y'all from?
I said, where y'all from?